Hi everybody, this is Linda and it's Sunday, so it's Sunday Paper Fun. This is the last one before Christmas. I hope all you guys are ready for Christmas. I know it's been so exciting these last few days. We just had our Christmas party last night with our family, or yesterday, and so it's been so much fun. And then this week my granddaughter's off from school, so we're going to be making some gingerbread cookies and just doing all kinds of things. So I don't know if you guys are all ready for Christmas, but I am still working on a few cards for some people at our church. When I delivered the cards today, I discovered that I was a couple people short. And so I have to make some more cards. So I'm going to show you a really cute card. It's called a column card. It's a little different. There's lots of column cards out there. This is a little different than one that I have done before. So I thought it would be fun to show you. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and show you. Good. Hi, Joyce. So glad you could come and join me today. Alrighty, so let's turn it around. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper. Now this is cut. This is, if you use an 8.5 by 11, you'll want to cut it at 5.5 for your card. So it goes to 5.5 this way, the lengthwise. So this is 11, and you won't need all of this 11, but we'll trim it because we're going to just do this as we go. This is actually the first time I've done this card myself, but it is kind of a fun card, so I wanted to show it to everybody. I'm going to just kind of turn the lights a little bit here so I have a little more room and move this up. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we have, this is 11 by 5.5, and I'm going to turn my paper to so that the 11 is going across this way, and we're going to score our paper at 4.25. And make sure I have the scoring instead of my cutter. So let's score at 4.25, and then I'm going to move it 1 1/2 inch. And I find, you know, you do it however way it works for you, but we're going to go 1 1/2 inch. So this was 4.25, so I'm going to go 4 3/4 and then 1 inch. So that'd be 4. That would be up to 5 3/4. So we'll go to 5 3/4, and we're going to score it there, and we're going to move it up again 1 1/2 inches. So we're going to have to go a half an inch, and I'm going to turn it because it gets a little confusing for me in my brain. So, all right, so we had this at 1 1/2 inches. So we're going to go all the way here. This is on this end, it's 1 1/2 inches here. So I'm going to score it here and line this score line on the end of my cutting tool here, my scoring tool, because right here at this end, let me show you, this goes out on this side to 1 1/2, and I think this is a little easier for my brain even to deal with. So okay, so I'm at 1 1/2 here, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/2. And then I'm going to bring this line down to 1 1/2 again. Let's see, 1 1/2, and score it. Now, if I don't score this perfectly, it's not going to be exactly right, but you'll get the idea. So you want this at 4 1/4, then you score at 1 1/2, 1 1/2, 1 1/2, and then you're going to have this little extra piece, and we don't really need it to be a full 1 1/2, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of cut this off. Okay, so just a little bit, about 1 1/2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold this, and fold it again, and fold it again, and fold it again. Okay, And that's going to make our column. I'm going to get my scoring tool and cutting tool out of the way. And then I'm going to take some tear tape, if I can find it. Here we go. I got a brand new roll here, so let's see if I can find the end on it. Right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and on this one end piece, I'm going to go ahead and just put a piece of score tape right here, like one here, and tear. And then another piece, it's called score tape or tear tape. Use it for books and different things like that. And then tear that. Make sure I get it down really good. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to take my pick tool, if I can find it. I probably don't have it right handy here, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use my fingernails. Pull this. Got to really push down here. Pull this up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and push that down, pull this up. I love my pick tool though, because it grabs it and doesn't ruin my nails at the same time, or the paper. All right, so now I've got this kind of like, I don't want to take it off the thing. So I have this so that it's going to be like a square. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down just like this. So this is my sticky part. Here's my 4 1/4. And I'm going to lay this down right up to that. Hold this down here like so and press. All right. And then there is my column. Isn't that cool? So this is a really cute stand-up card. A lot of times with column cards, and I'll show you this smaller version of a column, you usually make your columns a little smaller, and then you have like a little flap or something. This one, we're not going to have really a flap. We're going to use this, our message, as our flap. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little piece of paper, and I've already cut this, so that looks like it'll fit really good. And this is measured at, get it over here so we can go to the one. This is measured at 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And that's going to fit right in there like that. So let me grab some adhesive and we'll go ahead and put that on. And before I made my pretty square, I probably should have added my other pieces, but oh well. It is what it is. Okay, so I try to line this up as well as I can with the border going all the way around. And then I'm going to take some paper that, this is called Secret Sea, this color. It's kind of a blue gray color. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this now that I've kind of taken my thing apart here. Let's bring my thing. This is such a nice little thing. It just pops together. I kind of popped it out when I was moving it. Let me pop it right back in. There we go. So I'm going to want this at 5. This is a 6 by 6 piece. And on the other side is this really pretty Christmas paper. But I think I'm going to use this because I didn't want it too loud on this. And I think that just complements it really well. So my 1 pieces were 1 1/2. So I'm going to make this 1. I'm going to just do a little border. Let me think here. Do I want a little border or a whole quarter border? I think we'll go with a whole quarter border. So I'll go ahead and cut this then at 5 1/4. Don't you love it when you're making something with me? Because this is, like I said, the first time. So we're making this together. All right, now I'm going to turn it. And we're going to go ahead and cut this at 1 1/4. And we'll need 3 of those for the column. There's 1. Here is 1 1/4. So we'll need 2. And I was going to say, does that look straight? It does. Okay, 1 1/4. again. Oh, no, it wasn't straight. So let's straighten this out. There we go. And this probably isn't straight either, so now I'm going to cut 2 more. So I need 1 1/4. Oh, get that out of there. Yep, when you're cutting those, you got to really make sure that your stuff is lined up nicely on the lines so that it doesn't cut short or crooked. Okay, and that, I think I did that one at 1 1/2. So let's go 1 1/4. I talk too much. All right, there we go. So now I got 3 pieces of 1 1/4, and I'm going to adhere those. Get this out of the way again. I'm going to adhere those pretty pieces to my column here. This will be our last Christmas card of the year. I've been crazy busy with making Christmas cards. I'm going to show you a few others that we've done this year, and you can go back and check them out if you haven't seen those videos. And then this, I hate covering this beautiful paper up, but it is what it is. Then I'm going to put this one right here, line it up the best I can. And then my last one that will go here. Oh, get my tape going. We'll put right here and lined. Let's see, that my paper all going the same way, so we'll line this up like that. There we go. So this will fold like this in your envelope, and then when they open it, it'll stand and open like this. And then I'm going to put this cute little tag, and we're going to stamp it with traditional labels, which I got from this stamp set for Christmas, which I believe is on sale right now. They have the last chance, and they have really put some good things on sale. And let's see, where's my black? Oh, right there. Okay, let me grab my black ink. I could do it in a different color, but I'm going to go ahead and use the black. It is kind of my go-to. It would be pretty if I did it in red maybe, but okay, so I'm going to use Memento ink. I'm just going to go ahead, ink this up, my Merry Christmas. And these are from the nesting dies. They're called Arches nesting dies, and they're really pretty. I need to get enough ink on there. This is getting a little dry. I'm going to either have to order a new ink pad or a re-inker for this. So here we go. We're going to put Merry Christmas right there. Ta-da, I love that. Love that nice crisp look. Okay, and I'm going to fold this down. Let's see. I want it to fit in the envelope. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my adhesive right here in the center. Or do I want it down lower? Let's see. Which way does it look better? Because I like to show the flower off. I might put it a little lower. It's a personal preference. So I'll put this one kind of down here like so. So it looks like this when they open the card, and then when it pops open, it'll look like that standing up. Isn't that pretty? And then if you want more of a message, like you want to sign the card, you can always just do a white piece on the back, and you could add another sentiment or just a message on the back of your card. So anyway, this is called a column card. It's kind of a larger column card than what we normally make. It's a little different than one I've ever made before. And like I said, this was the first time I made it, so how fun, huh? So, okay, I was going to show you a couple other cards. These are cards that we've made this month. I believe this month, maybe some in November. But this is one of the cards that we made. And I used those nesting arches again. And this one folds up like this. So pretty. And you can put your little message in there. And this was another one. This is called a, what is this called? I forget. But anyway, it goes like this, it opens like this, and it opens like this, and then you can put your message on the inside. It's an offset center fold card. Usually the usually it opens in the center. This is offset because I have a small one and then a large one here. That's one of the cards that we made. You can watch that. And then this one, I'm not sure if I did a video on this or not, but I believe I did. This is pretty similar to this offset. I just did one. It's just kind of a cute little showy card. And I shouldn't probably open this up because I did put a message. This is one of the cards I forgot to give to one of my friends at church. And I only had this one card left to show you, so I thought I better just grabbed it out to show you. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you next Sunday will it be the new year already? No, it'll just be right after Christmas. Okay, so happy December, and have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Bye.